Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Got a quick one for you this week with the holidays and everything. I'm just kind of have to step back a little bit, but this deck is way too exciting not to share. So here, let's just jump straight into it. Coming at you with Charizard. Now, I really have always enjoyed the synergy between Charizard, Noctowl, Wellspring, Trapagos. Always been one of my favorite lists to kind of come back to and see how it's doing every format. And I think now with the inclusion of Dawn, this is feeling pretty powerful. Dawn, of course, being the new supporter, lets us get a basic, a stage 1, and a stage 2. So we can do amazing things like get our basic, which is our Tera Pokemon, and then get our stage 1, which is our Jewel Seeker Noctowl, and then get our stage 2, which is Charizard or Pidgeot. And then you can Jewel Seeker for Rare Candy to get into your Charizard or Pidgeot, and then you kind of just pop it off from there. The Sparkling Crystal plays really well with our three main attackers, being the Charizard, the Terapagos, and the Wellspring Mask, especially if you're going against a deck where Wellspring is strong into in the early game, Dragapult, Gardevoir, Grimmsnarl, other Charizard lists. Being able to Torrential Pump and just deny their setup is so very strong, and it can be done actually pretty easily with this setup. So what you can do is, like I said, you play the Dawn, get the three amigos, and then you Rare Candy into a Charizard, and you use Infernal Rain to get 2 fire energy onto the Wellspring, slap a Crystal onto it as well, because that's what you got off of the Jewel Seeker was Rare Candy Crystal. Put the Crystal on the Ogerpon, use Infernal Rain to get energy onto the Ogerpon, and then your Torrential Pump, and baby, it's just that simple. We also have a Crispin and a 1-of water energy as kind of our backup. This can be really good, especially after the first round of Torrential Pump, to kind of get into another one without having to evolve a second Charizard. Can be really strong with Crispin. So that's a great way to kind of keep those going without reaching too deep and just like spreading yourself too thin with a bunch of Charizards with 1 energy on the bench. So that's very powerful. And then Crystal is also great in like on Zard. If you are able to just like get all of you, if you know you like, I'm only going to Torrential Pump 1 time, so maybe you can attach Return on turn 1, and then turn 2, Infernal Rain 2 more on. And then you've got Crystal, 1 Fire Zard. I mean, either way, it kind of just works out okay. And then also Crystal plays well with Trapagos, because you can use Unified Beatdown for just 1. And if like all of your energy's in the discard at the end of the game, you just throw Trapagos on your bench. You play Glass Trumpet, get Trapagos into the active with a Crystal, or just Glass Trumpet, and then attach a Jet Energy from hand. Blast the boy into the active. Now you're finishing the game with Unified Beatdown and Briar. And there's just like the combinations and the potential of this deck are pretty high. So it's really fun. You can always find some new way to initiate, play through the mid game, and close games out. So this list is like, for those of you that really like finding combos, unique, interesting ideas to play with, this one is great. And this is kind of a good, I think, jumping off point. Lots and lots of changes that you can make to this list. There is a world where you go way lower, like you don't play for the Wellspring, you cut the Crispin, you cut the water, and then you can throw like a Dusknoir line in here, and then this is kind of your setup with the Dragapult Pidgeot or Charizard Pidgeot Dusknoir engine that you can use with like the Tera to kind of back it up to help you find those combo pieces. A lot of times what can happen with Charizard Pidgeot is that you get Iono'd low, and then you need like 2 or 3 cards to close out the game, but you can only quick search for 1 of them. So in that case, you get Iono low, but you have a Hoot on the bench. You can quick search for the Noctowl and then get 2 more cards and then hopefully close things out that way. We don't play any Evos, so it is quite a bit more susceptible to item lock. So if you're going up against a lot of Dragapults, a lot of Gardevoir Jellicents, absolutely keep that in mind, that you're going to have to kind of just get lucky with your draw if you're facing item lock. This is not a good list under that sort of pressure. But other than that, it feels really great. When we go low on Pokemon search, 2 Nest Ball, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Tera Orb, because we run the 4 of Dawn. So that's kind of going to be our main way to get Pokemon Search. And that's another way to find things under item lock. So you're not completely dead in the water. You're just a lot slower than you want to be. Jet Energy is always amazing into these lists, especially because we play so many evolution Pokemon that Latias doesn't really have a big place in here. So the Jet Energy, I could honestly see even going to 2 copies of this. It feels really good. Also a great way to get your Fan Rotom into the active so that you can take an early Assault Landing knockout. So that's always something to keep in mind as well. That feels great. And if you do go to 2 Jet Energy, I could see cutting back, maybe cut 1 or 2 Dawn and go for like a Hilda, maybe a 1 of Hilda. That way you can find it through Jewel Seeker. It's not a bad idea either. So 2 Jet Energy, 1 Hilda, definitely something worth looking at. But because we do run the Quick Search and Jewel Seeker engine, we have a lot of our supporters as 1-ofs, 2 of Iono, because we're able to kind of find them in our decks a lot easier than most decks are. We can just Quick Search for whatever supporter we need, Jewel Seeker for whatever supporter we need. Dawn is the 4 of course, because they are how we are getting set up in the early game. So finding our Dawns naturally through drawing is so very important. So that's why we need to make sure that we're running 4 of on the Dawns. And then as far as the other thing I want to talk about, stadiums. Whenever I run an Area 0 deck, I always want to have 1 bump so that in case they're like we're playing against like a spread deck like Gardevoir, Dragapult, Grimmsnarl, that sort of thing, and we start to see some liabilities on our bench, we can load up our bench with Area 0 and then bump our own stadium to scoop those liabilities then up off of our bench. The Battle Cage is the stadium bump that I'm working with right now in this list. I haven't run enough games to know if this is like optimal or not, but it does feel pretty good. You could potentially run like an Artisan to kind of help your setup be a bit more consistent. You could even go as far as doing like a jamming tower for later in the game, because really Crystal's going to be there for like your early game attacks. Probably not going to need it in the late game, so you could run a jamming tower. You're not going to really hurt your own Crystal that much doing that. So this is a spot to play around with for sure. I don't know how much effect you're going to get out of the Battle Cage, but if you can get into a late game scenario, Iono your opponent down low, get a Battle Cage in place, it can save you sometimes. But I'm not sold on it just yet. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. I think that's about it. Everything looks good. It's been a fun list to run. I would highly encourage you to give it some tries and don't be afraid to make a lot of changes. This is just kind of a jumping off point that I just kind of wanted to throw out there. This is by no means a solid 60. I think there's lots of room for improvement in this list. So let me know down in the comments what kind of changes you're making, how you're running your list. I'd love to chat with you down there. Happy holiday. Actually, this one comes out after Thanksgiving. Hope your Thanksgiving was good, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. My name is Jared. I'll be your gameplay nurse today. Ooh, Buddy Boffin off the top deck. Let's go. Okay, they were nice enough to give us Artisan as well. Let's see, you're missing a Hoot. Got all our Noctowls. Teras are here. Briar's here. Crispy's here. Missing a... I think I have a boss in hand, actually. Yeah. Missing a Dawn. Energy's here. I think we might have 6 fire, so I might be missing a fire. Candies are here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Charizard's here. Pheasantipity's here. Yeah. We're doing okay. Okay, let's... kind of want an Artisan and then just bump it from them so they can't get another monkey. Let's just grab... why not... 1 more Charmander. Although, I probably should have just not done that, actually, now that I think about it. Get Area 0, and then Lilies. Hopefully we get into a Tera Pokemon here. I'm at one that we could... no, yeah, we got bench. Have our Wellspring. And... Fan Call. Two Hooters and an Owl. That's good to me. We only have 2 Hoots in the deck. We got all our Charmanders out, so I don't think I'm going to use this Buddy Poffin right now. I do feel like jetting Fan Rotom into the active, though, and going for a little cheeky knockout here, though. That sounds kind of funny. Let's just Assault Landing on the fish. Stop him from finding any more customers. Take our first prize. Does give them Counter Catcher, but that's not too powerful for them right now. I'm not super stressing about all of that. Kind of hoping they don't have an Iono, really. I would love to Water Pond these imps. But we'll see what happens. Having the Water Pond in the Charizard deck is so much fun. It doesn't always work out, but you need a Tera Pokemon anyway to get this engine rolling, so I might as... Ooh. Wait, those were discards. My fault, my fault. I got excited. I thought they were going to Evo. Evo in this turn would be great for me. But they got rid of it. Got rid of a Lilies too, which is worrying because that means that we're probably getting Iono'd here. Is that a last? Yeah. Okay, there it is. Saw that one coming. Yikes. Okay. Nothing too great there. Hopefully the top deck helps us out a bit more. Ditch a Charmander here. I didn't mean to bench that one anyways. Not my Hoot Hoot. Please, we're already in enough trouble as it is. They gonna filch at me? Yep. Okay. We would have a really good play here if we hadn't gotten Iono, but that's just the... Oh! Top deck, play the animation. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have a Tera Orb in this deck. That would actually be really helpful here. Okay. We got Rare Candy, so we need Ultra Ball. Yes, I think I would. We could maybe get away with Crispin instead of getting the Zard into play, too. To have our water in deck. We could go Crispin Crystal here. And that way we're not... No, because we need to get an energy onto our active. The problem is we're going to be really hurting ourselves by making this play. Actually, no, it's not too bad because we have energy in hand. Okay. Good. I might put a Tera Orb in this list. Feeling like a good idea right now. Get rid of these two. Kind of need all those other ones. Oh, no, I think I have enough. I have enough in the deck. It'll be okay. I think I saw 3 more in there. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. 1 onto Charizard, so he's not naked. And we will delay their Grimmsnarl that much longer. And take 2 prize cards in the process, why not? Beautiful. Can't hate on that too much. Now let's see. They're gonna need to get... Well, they got Spike Myth. They got their monkeys. Ooh, with the Iono. Okay. That's not too bad. Our hand was kind of cheeks. Crispin is an interesting top deck. I really hope they leave the damaged monkey in the active. That would be sweet. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. Oh, wait, no, they're just going to move it from themselves, so I guess that's not happening. We can't Crispin and Boss either. Bummer. Let's see, we could... Oh no, if we Dawn, we get Jewel Seeker, though. And then we could get Dawn for Noctowl and Charizard, and then Candy off Jewel Seeker into another Charizard. Oh, and they were nice enough to give us a Freezing Shroud. Okay. They'll give us a Frostlass. That's really sweet of them, actually. That's very, very considerate. So yeah, let's just Dawn here. We'll grab Fez, Noctowl, and Charizard. I think we have another rare candy. Oh yeah, we're big chilling on all that. Yeah, looks good. Noctowl for, yeah, of course. Let's grab this and this. Sounds good to me. Candy into another Zard. Rain up and grab 3. Get 1, 2. Both of our Zards 1 attach away. Not too bad. And then let's just pump up the jam. Yeah. Just take away both of those nerds. A little harder for them to get set back up, and without... I mean, they can move 40 damage over now, but without any extra damage coming their way, the Monkey Dories aren't exactly going to be doing much. So, we'd rather go for both Frostlass. We would either want to do both Frostlass, which is best, because then we're not taking any extra damage, or both Monkey Dories, which is okay, because then they're not moving any damage. But there's not really a world where we want to take out just one Frostlass and one Monkey Dory. Always, it's typically going to be better to do both. Countercatcher Devo. They could take out one of our Charizards, but then they're giving us back Noctowls too, which is really good for us. So I don't think that's quite the move. Unless couldn't they knock out both of our Noctowls? No, not without the... No, not at all. Not with only 20 damage. I'm not sure what the plan is here. That's... Okay, so they're just wasting the Devo. Nope, they're still going to use it. That is certainly one of the choices that could have been made there. Alright, well, good game, friends. Sorry about the way that one went. We kind of just actually got to draw. Yeah, good game. Good game. We'll catch you in the next one.